Oh, not yet. You gotta wait to see us, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. Tonight, we're gonna go back and relive all the best moments. Gio, stop touching stuff. We're gonna go back and tell you everything about happened with Hellas Verona. We're gonna talk about the awards that went down, the ups and downs of a turbulent week. And on top of it, we're going to get you ready for the big matchup, the Berlusconi Derby, this weekend against Monza. And we got a special guest here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go!
Welcome to Milan Weekly Podcast, Coast to Coast, with your hosts, Gio and Fabio.
Benvenuti nella casa
Giroud in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Teo Hernandez, coast to coast, nel numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Il Milan è campione d'Italia.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Wednesday hype train is here. So all aboard, baby. Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. I'm your boy, Fabio, always joined here by my partner, Gio. One of these days, I'm going to get the direction right. Gio, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, Fabio. Just another hot day in California. I don't know. This weather needs to get his stuff together out here, man.
Oh, man, listen, it's getting pretty cold on the East Coast over here, so I'll trade you any day of the week. Me and Gio, every Wednesday night, we are here with you because we are Milan.
Coast to coast, baby.
Damn right, baby. Let's go, baby. And listen, guys, welcome to the channel. We appreciate you. We just want to start off. Please, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got Milan every week, twice a week, sometimes 3 times for the weekend. So you don't want to miss it ever. Episode 11 of our season 2, Tonali Saves the Day, which, of course, I'm talking about what happened on the weekend. But before we go further, we are not alone tonight. All right, we got somebody who I consider a dear friend now. We spent a lot of time together just a few weekends ago. So we got to bring in the presidente of the Philly club. Let's bring him in here. David. Buonasera, David. Buonasera.
Buonasera, boys. How you doing? Great to see you.
Well,
Great to
man.
see you guys.
Thank you for joining us tonight,
Thank
Dave.
you for inviting me. I'm so excited about this. Not as excited as you, but incredibly excited all the same. So,
Well, thank you.
I'm like
appreciate
halfway
that, man.
between you and Gio.
Well, Gio's a little
Right
more
down the middle.
subdued. That's why we are the yin and the yang. So if you're in the middle, you're good. You probably don't have
Right.
too much high blood pressure, and you'll be all right. You'll live for another 40, 50 years. But
God
Dave,
willing,
thank
right?
you so much for being with us, man. We want to get straight into it. Dave and me got to hang out, had a great, so just gonna touch quick on that because I even got to your scarf up there behind me. Just a great club, man. Give a little shout out to your club so everybody knows where they can meet up with you guys on your weekends and everything you do, Dave.
So anybody who's in Philadelphia, or even if you're just visiting Philadelphia for a weekend, always reach out to us at Milan Club Philly on all social media platforms. There we go. Fabio is definitely an honorary Milan Club Philly member. Shout out to Brandon there. Brandon is one of our up and coming senatori there. We really enjoy having him with us. Meet us at Grand Cafe L'Aquila. Just double check that we're having a meetup that weekend. We don't meet every weekend, but every couple weeks, and it's always a good time. So come out, give us a shout, and join us. And we're
Awesome.
waiting for you
Very
guys
awesome.
to both come visit us.
Oh, you best believe before the end
Right.
of the season. Listen, me and Gio, we're the good luck charm, so we're hoping for a little back-to-back this year.
We
But
could use it.
Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Well, all right. So let's talk a little bit. If you watch the show, which we expect you have watched the show from Monday night with Vinny and Steve, Steve was pretty negative about what he saw. So let's start with somebody who usually likes to see eye and eye with Steve, right? So Gio, let's start with you, man. Verona 1, Milan 2. Let's go quickly through the highlights here. Presidente made a nice thing, so let's not let it go to waste. Let's put it up there. 2-1, saved our ass by Tonali in the 81st minute. End up getting a quick own goal in the first 9 minutes, but right away they tie it in the 19th minute with their own. Gabia kind of touches it. Could have hit it out, but he put it into the back of our net. Drew missed a real sitter before they scored, which could have put us up 2-0. Could have changed the outcome of the game. But Gio, after what you saw on, was it Saturday, Sunday? I can't even fucking remember. Whatever day it was, how did you feel watching this game, brother?
Nah, man, I was stressed out. I was pissed off, especially that Udine and Lazio dropped points. I was like, nah, man, we're going to drop the ball again. But you know what? I agree with Stevie P because, we watched the whole game. Like this new brand of Calcio fan is like, oh, the guy scores a goal. He had a great game, knowing that he could have messed up the whole game. He just had that one chance. So, well, he was talking facts about Tonali. Tonali hasn't really, like I said, I don't think he's 100%, but that's to blame on him and on Pioli because they need to relax. They need to sit their ass down and they need to say okay, you know what, this is not good because Tonali, he's good one game. Then it goes down and then spectacular and then the goal and then everybody says, oh, since he's a fan favorite, they're gonna say, oh, he had the best game in the world and all that stuff. But we're not here for that. We're here for the whole game. It was stressful. Fabio, you see me in the chat. I was saying that Pioli and Krunic, they were stuck to the bed sheets together because they were getting. I never want to see Tonali and Krunic in a double pivot ever again. If not, I'm just gonna turn off the game. Because that's too much.
No, you won't.
Pressure.
No, you won't.
No, my alcohol budget is just gonna go a little bit up, but that's about it, man. It was just stressful, Fabio, but we got the job done. So at the end, we were happy.
All right. Well, David, how did you feel? Did you get to watch this game? Did you
did.
feel as negative as Stevie and Gio felt towards it?
Well, I mean, it was by no stretch of the imagination an enjoyable match to watch. I mean, you're there stressed out the whole time because, I was waiting for Verona to score again. And, 1-1 is a bad enough tie. But if Milan left with no points at all, we gotta get every possible point we can at the top. And Verona's never an easy match to play. So, I mean, I don't want anybody there's plenty of, I'm not even gonna say there's blame. I mean, these guys have been playing twice a week, 3 times a week for how many weeks now? You know what I mean? I think fatigue is setting in. Injuries are another story, but I mean, it's not just about the injuries, it's about the lack of depth that we have. So who are you going to put in? We're seeing faces that we haven't seen before, which in one sense is good because you need everybody to get some playing time, you need everybody to contribute. But at the same time, I don't have enough confidence in who we're seeing on the pitch. And I think some people have had plenty of chances as well. So, I mean, for me, frustrating match. Thank God Tonali saved us in the end. Was I happy? I'm happy that we got, a 3 points sofferta, right? It's like we really suffered to get these points. But you know what? Go into the week, slow it down a little bit, get some rest, get ready for the next match, and just make your way until the break comes up for the World Cup. Because I think, if we can get some people back after the World Cup, hopefully there aren't any significant injuries, then we'll see what happens. But I think it was an ugly match to watch, but here we are. We got the 3 points and we move forward. That's it.
Definitely not too enjoyable. I can feel you guys on that, but I want to just emphasize some things that I saw that I want to say that did give me some positive signs. Now, like we're saying, Tonali and Krunic together in that double pivot, not a good idea. So hopefully this will be the last time we get to see it, honestly. But there were some things that I want to just identify. And yes, they were both substitutes. One, Robo Rebic actually played pretty decent, and his pass to Tonali is what basically created it. Great play by him, and I got to shout out my man Chow. Comes into the game the last 10 minutes, They basically switched to a back five, and he is making save after save after save, just diving in front of balls, making plays, making the most of the little time that he's gotten, which is, I believe this is the first time I've ever seen him on the field. And he played really good, saving our ass right there at the end. And like you said, man, Verona was pressing a couple of times. One time they hit the post on Tatarusanu, and then lucky the rebound shot that they got off that just went over the crossbar. So we got real lucky that they didn't put us kind of on the sword there when we would have been fighting just to get a tie. Little bit of a step back from Gabia. I mean, just you would have liked to seen him put that ball out. Instead, he basically deflected it into net.
I mean, it's obviously he didn't do it intentionally. You know what I mean? Once in a while, stuff like that happens, and you just gotta roll with it. Unfortunately, it happened in a match where the other team, had a very decent chance of beating us. And it was, Verona, like I said before, Verona is never an easy matchup. So, we got lucky with the own goal. All right. I think it was unfortunate that Gabia deflected it in, and you just kind of take it. Luck was on our side, fortunately, and here we are, still in the top three.
Still in Ness. That's we're gonna get to that part, but before we move on, let's just do our quick tops and flops. So, Dave, give us your top of this game first.
Oh, geez. You know what? I don't even really have a top. I'm just gonna give it to Leao because at least he was threatening for part of the match. There's nobody that really stood out as a star for me, but he makes things happen. He makes things happen when he's on there. For me, the flop was Giroud. I mean, I'm sorry, like way too many little cute heel flicks and stuff like that. And
the first chance he ate.
Oh my God.
Oh, he should have buried it.
It's just, and I love the guy. I think he's been phenomenal for us. But for me, he was the most disappointing on the pitch, and I think he's my flop of the match.
I think hopefully he doesn't get that much playtime when he goes to the World Cup because that guy needs a rest. But I hear you. All right, so Giroud the flop, Leao the top. Gio, what you got on tops and flop, man?
You know what? Before we go on, like everybody on Twitter, like y'all gotta relax, man. This guy kicked Gabia. Like he made one mistake, yeah, but that's not a fault of his own. Do you think Gabia would have did that if Magic Mike was in the back? Like I've been seeing a lot. Even Pioli called out Tata Rosa. He didn't really call him out, but he told him that he gotta have more confidence. Like I don't know. After that Derby penalty save last year, he should be on top of the world. Be confident, do his job. But it's just like one day he's good, and then the other day he's doing flipper. You feel me? And we don't need that. So I just want people to relax on Gabia, and just let him keep on playing. He needs to develop now. Now we're at the top of our game.
He's not going nowhere now. The other story that I kind of wiped away, and we might as well mention it right now. Gabia doesn't seem to be going anywhere. There's not going to be any loan in January for him. He's riding until 2023. So I think he's shown enough that he's worth a spot, man. He's playing pretty well when we needed him. He's definitely not somebody that I would be picking either top or flop of this game. But who do you have on your top and flop?
My top, I think when Rebic came in, he changed the game. And then my flop is Pioli because he couldn't read the game that they were running through his boy Krunic left and right. They were running through him. Even the commentator said, like, he's not comfortable in the double pivot. And then this guy doesn't want to even change him at halftime. So I got to give it to Pioli. He's done a lot of great, but he's stubborn in his thing with Krunic. Stick him on the left wing, right wing, or cam, but he can never play in a double pivot again.
All right, so who do you have on your you said your top was Rebic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let me just read hold on, sorry, Livon, that's not the one I wanted to put there. It goes, let's not overreact to a short negative spell from Gabia or a short positive spell for Chow. Listen, don't tell me how to react, all right? Because God damn it, I'm gonna give him an honorary top here because the kid came in and in 9 minutes, 10 minutes, extra time, whatever it was, this kid showed real heart, man. And if it wasn't for him, I mean, he's diving at balls, stuff like that. So in a game where it's really hard to really pick a top, I definitely agree. Rebic looked pretty good when he came on. He definitely changed it. Benacer looked really good once he came on. Again, he shows he's really like the workhorse. Him and Tonali together are the pairing. But when he's not there, a little difficult. And yeah, really, that's pretty much it. I wouldn't say anybody else is really worthy of a top. So I'm just going to give it a challenge because I like what I saw. I like a young guy coming in, playing hard, showing, look, you give me more time, I'll keep doing crazy shit like this. So I'll go with him. I know it might not be what people want to hear, but that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. All right. My flop, well, can I say it? How more can I say it? I think I got to say it one more time. Liverpool let this fucking guy go for free. Free. All right. They knew why, because he's a bum. All right. Until I see any different, I'm going to keep repeating it. Origi, you are a waste of 3.5, 4 million, whatever the fuck we're paying you. It's too much. Too much. All right. How dare you make more money than all the other players that are way better? All right. You come on. You don't even look like you want to pass the ball. You want to be a miracle shot from outside the box. Let me tell you, buddy, maybe that works in England, but in Italy, you better fucking make a world-class strike if you keep shooting stupid balls from outside the box. So for me, I don't like it. I'm going to keep saying it, all right? Learn to be a team player, you prick. You're going to come on. Otherwise, I want to give Giroud a break. But if you're going to come on and do shit like this, man, stop wasting our money. But anyway, that's my and flop, I can't take Origi. He's driving me bananas every time I see this guy. All right, so before we move on, guys, any final thoughts on this game? Like, let's go to the table, right? All right, so here we are now with this 3 points. And again, not pretty, not a game we want to remember, but it got us to 3 points, and that's honestly the most important thing for us. Here we are now sitting. Atalanta still ahead of us. Napoli is ahead of us. Are we somewhat, I don't want to say happy or content where we are, but nothing to worry about. We're still only 3 points behind after 10 weeks, right?
I think we have everything to worry about. I mean, we're not the team that we were last year. And I mean, I think that's pretty clear. We've had some stellar moments. The derby was phenomenal. The Juve match, phenomenal. But they're not stepping it up every single week. So I have a lot that I'm nervous about. So I think we have to get every possible point we can from every possible match. And that means we got to show up against teams that are going to be challenging. We got to show up against the lower end of the table teams, against the mid-table teams, because we're certainly showing, except for Napoli, we're showing up for the top of the table teams, but it's got to be more consistent. So I think they need a break, man. Like, they're gonna sputter their way to that World Cup break, and then I hope they come back firing on all cylinders.
They do. They definitely need a break, and but like you're saying, we got to take 3 points, especially when we're playing against teams in the bottom half. And we all know that's where we really struggled last year. We struggled against teams in the lower half. Luckily, we handled our business against teams in the top 10. But we got a string of games now with Monza coming up next. We have Torino, Fiorentina before the break, and then we go in. Do we have Cremonese before the break as well?
Yeah, so Fabio, we have all 11 through 20th, our last 5 games, I think. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, I won 18 out of 18. We got 3 points right now. So I'm looking for another 15, or else I'll be very, very disappointed.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
And everybody's got to contribute, man. Everybody's got to be a part of this, because we're just too thin. We're way too thin.
We are. We're lucky if we see like last year where we had 2 double-digit guys, but there were only 11 and 10 goals. So and the guy who always wins the damn golden boot in Italy, he's going to be out at least until next year. So it's open for anybody now. Immobile is going to be out at least till 2023. So all right, so let's move on now. We got the Roma Mill. Yes.
Before we move on, so the top 2 teams, I think they have tough games this week. So if Atalanta slip up even with a draw, and we handle our business versus Berlusconi, I mean, sure, we'll be in second place, just riding out the storm. We just need to ride it out. We need to surf like Leao be surfing on the left wing.
Who's Atalanta facing?
I think it's Lazio, right?
All right. Well, then the other Rome team has the other game.
I think the both Rome game. Yeah. Napoli
right?
has Roma, C. Branson, and I think Lazio and Atalanta are seeing that they're both together for some reason. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure.
I don't know, but I'm hoping Rome can do us a solid and take some points from Napoli. I'll be happy if they get a
Oh
victory,
yeah,
but
Fabio. It is. It's Atalanta on Sunday. They play at 9 a.m. my time, and then Roma Napoli at 11:45.
all right, all right.
So
All right, that's not so bad. Let's Fiorentina playing Inter. Okay. Well, clearly the marquee game is going to be Roma Napoli, but hopefully they take care of their business. But there's a lot of stuff that went on this week, right? So let's get to one of I'm very surprised. Sometimes this segment has to go away in the regular because this is really like a mercato segment. There's almost rumors and bullshit flying from left and right. But we got to stay with our ear to the ground, find out all this stuff so we can talk about it. So the first thing that happened this week, which was like the big news, was that there was the awards for the Ballon d'Or, which Leao was, I believe, what number was he, Gio? 14?
14.
He was 14. They had Mignon on there. Theo Hernandez got an award for the coast to coast goal. We appreciate that he named it after us. And then Pioli got the manager of Italy, best manager in Italy award, right? So Milan was at least getting some love, getting some praise. Obviously, Benzema got the best award of the night. Well deserved because he played crazy. But now we have to move on a little bit because we saw a guy there, looked good, thought we were going to get him back soon. But man, how the story has changed quickly. Let me get to his slide. There he is. Of course, I'm talking about Magic Mike, right? Now, in the beginning of the week, we thought Monza Mike could be coming back. Today, we got a whole different story, right, Gio?
Yeah, man. They saying that he's out till the World Cup. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Eber complained about the training field. I don't know. Maldini, like he's done a pretty good job in getting players that can are spectacular. But now he has to get the medical team together and he has to get the training pits together because we're having too many injuries. I think Napoli's only had 4 injuries of their players. I mean, we got to be on that. I know Inter now they're breaking down because they're off the juice. Atalanta, they're off the juice too. So they're getting injured players, but hey, they're winning. So that's the difference between Atalanta. But I don't know. It just sucks, man, because Tata, like I said, he doesn't have any confidence, so this worries me, Fabio. Because one day he's flipper and the other day he's
Now we're
relaxed.
gonna
To
see
me,
him another
to me,
two goddamn Champions League games and the rest of the city games this year.
I rather put. I don't care what anybody says. Somebody say I'm delusional. I rather put Lupo Nava from the Primavera there. They say he has talent. Gigio started at 16. Lupo Nava 18. So I don't care. At least I know he's not gonna be flipper hand. I seen him do a lot of saves versus Chelsea youth team, and they got the best academy in the world.
It's too bad they let Dita go, huh?
Yeah. All right. So, Dave, how big do you think this injury is? Do you think we can weather this storm? I mean,
no, I'd feel a lot more confident if Mike were back. I think he could go a long way. Like Kalulu, I think has been good this year.
mm-hmm.
Tomori is not the Tomori from last year, and I'm disappointed to say that, but I think he just hasn't impressed me the way he did last season, and so I think there's something missing in front of goal. I'd feel a lot more confident if Mike was there and could at least give us that extra push, that extra security there, but we're not getting it. So I think this is a huge loss for Milan, and I'm hoping that we get him back sooner than later. I'll be honest with you, I don't follow the rumors on a daily or weekly basis or anything like that. It's too much noise, but we need him back for sure.
Yeah, and the part that just really worries me is the idea that he's going to be missing the World Cup, which means he's guaranteed to be missing the rest of our games, which means we need Tato Rosano in the final 2 Champions League games. So if we don't have a good performance by him, we could be. And you know what? And we're talking about the defense issues in front of the goalkeeper, but it's been so difficult when we've had so many injuries. I mean, we might even say we might have had more injuries this year, the way they're kind of coming fast and steadily with like our entire defense, I believe Kalulu and Teo, well, Teo had even missed a couple of weeks recently. So it's like we've had no consistency in front of the goalkeeper, and our goalkeeper been out. So it's just really hard to kind of get into a groove. That's why we keep giving up goals. Hopefully that when the World Cup turns around and we get past it and we get back in the new year, we can actually get some health and hopefully start getting that clean sheet after clean sheet like we were having towards the end of our last championship run. But who knows, man? Not good news. We thought possibly Monza was going to be the game he was going to be back, but it doesn't seem to be the case. But the other big news this week, which was, of course, Leao was getting praised on Tuesday when he went to the award ceremony, or Monday, whenever it was. And all of a sudden today, there's a lot of contract discussions with Leao. And it's more about that the fact that it seems like his agent is not necessarily really present anymore. It's more about his father, and he has like a lawyer friend who seems to be handling most of the negotiation. Supposedly there was a deal with Leo to basically split the money owed to Sporting, but that seems to have gone away, or I don't know where it is. But Gio, you keep your ear to the floor with all this news. So tell us what the hell is going on with this contract extension. Are they going to agree to the 6 or 7 mil that Leao wants, or are we going to hear like the 5 mil? What's going on? What say you?
Well, according to the top Milan journalists, they say they're giving out two outcomes. They either want 10 to 12 million, or they want that 7 net, but we have to pay like, I guess, like 10 of that fee from Sporting. But you know what I hate about Sporting, man? I hate them because, like, where are the other players that went on a free? Why aren't they getting sued? Now you see, like, now we have to pay. We paid what, 30 mil for Leao, and we gave up a young Portuguese center back. That's worth a lot of money. Now we got to pay another 10, but that's fine. I'll pay another 10. It's just like Raiola back in the days. We had to slide him that brown paper bag, and then we fix it up. Just so he could fit in the books, man. Just so he could fit in the books. And then once we get him signed, I think what we're going to have to do, if we want to hear it or not, as long as we don't get that stadium, Fabio, we're not going to be able to keep the top talent. So we're going to have to renew them at a high and then sell them, bring in more young talents. And once that stadium is up, Fabio, I feel that we're going to be able to keep all our players. Because, if Spurs are getting $1 billion from Google for naming rights, how much you think we're going to get, Fab?
Listen, I'll open it up to Google, Amazon,
Rock Nation, San
the home
Siro.
of Messias, whatever we got to do. I said Amazon. My thing is listening to me. Calm down, Alexa. Calm down.
Amazon Gold, Amazon Fresh San Siro 2.0.
Yeah, listen, that would be great, man. But I think you can't let this get out of hand. You got to sign them. All right, even if you end up selling them in 2-3 years, like, listen.
Whoa! Look at this guy. This guy McMukhtar.
Sell his ass. I like it. You gone, baby. God. He's putting them on the discount bargain back. Listen, I don't care. I just no more free transfers. No more letting people go. You don't sign the contract extension. They should put a hard, like, listen, this is what it is. You're gonna go to a World Cup. When you come back, if you don't agree to our contract that we're offering you, or we can't come to some sort of agreement in January, we're selling you to the highest bidder. And I know they could always fight and there's a whole thing about it, but there's plenty of teams that will spend $100 million if they can, especially in the EPL, for a guy as talented as Leao, but
that's just it. That's just it, man. Like, he's talented and he's proven it for this team. So you know what? You pay him. Not, you negotiate what the payment is, but you sign him, you pay him, and you don't bring in somebody else that you don't know if they're going to perform the way he does consistently for us. So I think you get what you pay for, and it's not worth taking a chance on somebody else from outside. I'd rather keep him. We know what he's capable of, and just go for it.
All right. Yeah, I think we keep him, but we got to get the contract signed, and it's got to be before the World Cup. So, let's get, yes, Gio.
And his dad, his parents don't want him to leave because they feel like another 2 years at Milan, he'll really fully develop into a bigger monster than he is right now. But
I
his
think
dad
that's a
doesn't want
great
him to
idea.
leave, or his parents. They're settled, or they want to do with a Theo. They want to get him an Italian girlfriend, but Theo, he crazy, so he got himself a baddie, and now they trying to look for a baddie for Leao out there. You feel
Listen,
me?
tell
But
them they'll play his music in the Milan store, whatever the hell they need to do to get this guy to stay. Let's just make it happen. And yeah, we got to make it happen now. Let's have some consistency. Let's show that we can pay our best players. Somebody needs to show Uncle Jerry that scarf and that slogan we had when we had no money. We so rich, right? That's what we need now. Uncle Jerry, open that goddamn checkbook. All right. Spend that Yankee money if you got it, baby. Help us out and keep this guy. I mean, don't get me started. All right. Let's just get it going. Because you know what? Milan, they have the nerve to be like they can't pay for this guy. But every couple of months, Milan, they don't just have one sponsor. They don't have one collection coming out. Every month or every couple of weeks, it seems like they got something new. So let me just bring this up here. Hold on. Give me a second. Because I know Gio is probably saw this and he was like, listen, it's 2003 all over again. I'm going to college and I'm going to look fly as shit with my Milan gear. Let me pull it up. There it is. This is what Gio's covering now. The Milan pulled out their college collection. I don't know who's this Milan college, but I'm going. I want to enroll. I'll pay whatever I can, and then hopefully Biden gives me some money back. All right, so beautiful scarf. Look at this. Gio, is any of this stuff coming home? Tell me the truth.
I think the hoodie, the gray one, I like it. And you know who the model is, right? Lupo Nava, the guy I mentioned, our goalkeeper, number 69 in the Prima.
Is it really? That's too
Lupo
funny.
Nava.
Why? Was Bakayoko busy? He must have been busy. I know Salamakis is not doing anything right now. He looks young enough to be in college. They could have put them out there. David, any of this stuff tickles your fancy? Do you want to go back to college?
No, I don't actually. I've been there, done that. You have no idea. No, look, it is what it is. I'm the wrong guy to be asking that. I'm like one of the grandfathers of the Milan community here in North America. So what my opinion doesn't really matter with fashion choices, but
Dave, you have to think about the youth, the minds of the youth of America.
Right. That's a scary place, Fabio. That's a scary, scary place. I'd rather not.
I agree. I got to tell you, I do kind of like the gear. I know it's kind of we're all past this stage of our life, but I like it, man. I want some Milan College, Milan University, whatever the hell this is supposed to be. I like it. I might if this helps us get to $7 million for the love of God.
Hey, Mark. I mean, come on. That's a
takes one to know one. Mark takes one to know one. Huh?
Mark, when your head is as big as mine, only certain hats fit you just right, and that Plains hat, beautiful.
It is. That is a very nice hat. I have to say, I'm very jealous. Hey, look at that. Steve's on there.
Talking about me?
Yes, he is.
Steve, I was negative before, Steve. You'd be proud of me.
There you go. Listen, there's a lot of negativity that's going on right now with Milan, but I'm trying to keep things positive, man. I'm trying to keep things light. I mean, I know Husney's taking off the positivity thing, but I'm trying to get some too, man. As long as we get the 3 points, I'm still going to be happy on Monday morning, all right? So that's the most important thing. And speaking of merch and stuff like that, me and Gio want to put something out there, right? So me and Gio, you've seen us with our Milan Weekly Podcast shirts. There was 2 or 3 shirts out there. We have merch on the Milan Club. Gio, what is it? Milan Club Worldwide?
And Milan
the website
Club Worldwide. You could get
I always
anything,
fuck it up.
Even from Milan Club Philly. You should get the Philly cheesesteak.
That's what I'm talking about. See, there's all these different cool things. I say, you know what? We're here. We're a part of the family. Somewhere in the contract, deep in the contract, Presidente promised us some sort of shirt, some sort of merch. We want people to know we coast to coast and they're a part of the family. So we got a little contest going on right now. So if you're out there and you know how to do any design, any stuff with a shirt design that you can send us, hit us up. The email is Milan Coast 2 Coast. All right. That's 2, the number 2, Milan Coast to Coast at gmail.com. Send us any design you have. If it's good, if we like it, we'll talk about what happens after. But we just want to send it out there. So if anybody out there has any cool ideas, any designs, again, me and Gio, Coast to Coast, Milan Weekly Podcast. These are the ideas that we're throwing out there. So if you find anything, want to dock up some sort of photo that maybe you think we would like, send it our way. We've got a little contest. Possibly you'll get a free shirt out of it, but we appreciate it. But we're putting it out there. So if anybody out there has some sort of graphic design, does any of these things, let's go. Let's get those designs in. Let's get it going because we need more MWP merch, all right? I want people to know, you listen to MWP too? Yo, me too. Look at my backpack. Look at my hat. Look at my shirt. We need it all, baby. Let's go back to school for next year. We need book bags and fucking newspapers and everything else. Whatever we can get, let's get them out there. Maybe not necessarily newspaper, but you know what I mean? Like a fucking...
bed sheets.
Yes. And if they come automatically sticky, then you cannot return them.
I'm going to turn my camera off for just a little bit.
So we're waiting for Milan Club Tinder to enter the chat. So whoever can do it, man, let's send them out there. We got great people kind of working on some right now, but we just figured maybe there's somebody who listens to us, who watches us, who actually can come up with something really cool. You know,
and don't ask Mark Struppa to do it because Mark does it for all the Milan clubs. All right, so that's unfair. That's an unfair advantage.
No comment.
Everybody's got to be original.
No comment. All right.
This is facts right here.
Yes, and we do not discriminate against larger size humans. All right, so if you need a big size, we do not shrink your stuff. We're not like Puma. We keep everything stocked for big people. Fit well. You can be comfortable. Wear it out. Wear it at home. Buy one for your wife, for your girlfriend, for your daughter. You know, whatever we got to do, baby. So, yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Anything you got out there, send it our way. Again, the email is milancoast2coast at gmail.com. But, yeah, Steve, so hopefully we get something cool. What, Steve? Imagine a nice
What do you mean imagine? I mean, come on.
Listen, Stevie is working on, we don't want to give too many details, a calendar. Listen, if you put it up in your house, your wife might not be able to do any work. There'll be no cleaning. There definitely won't be no time for you guys.
Whoa,
all right.
Whoa. Hold on a second here. Why is it just the women that clean? Come on, man.
I'm just saying. I don't mean to say she. I just say she's doing stuff around the house. All right. If you're cleaning and she's in the bathroom with Stevie's calendar, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You might get sticky sheets in a different way. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, we're off the rails. We're off
the rails, baby. We're off the rails. So all right. So any people out there who want to send something in, we appreciate you, and we'll kind of follow up that before the World Cup. But let's get to what we're here, because this weekend is a homecoming of some sorts for a couple of people. We got a game that I'm very excited about. Let me get to my my picture here. Hold on, where is it? There it is. It is the return of Silvio Berlusconi and Galliani. It's Milan Monza this weekend. The first time, is it, Gio, is this the first time we're ever playing them in Division A? I believe so.
Yeah, I don't think Monza have ever come up.
No, I know we've played in like friendlies and shit and stuff like that, but this is the first. So this is a big game for Monza. They have had a good run of form the last couple games.
Party 2.0.
That's right. This is
Saturday.
I'm calling this one after the game, not before the game. Let's have some class, you know. But Monza, even though they did lose last week, they won 2 weeks before. They did beat Juventus, which is not much, you know, not saying very much anymore. But this is the first time Berlusconi's on the other side. Galliani, you know, he's going to be rooting for his team. It's going to be hard for him. So, you know, the camera is going to be on his face most of the game. So, Dave, let's start with you, man. Berlusconi, the owner, when you started watching Milan, you know, what do you think about this game? Do you have any feelings towards it?
None whatsoever. I don't care for either Berlusconi or Galliani. Look, I get it. The Milan's golden years, you know, were because of the two of them. But I have no feelings for them or anything like that. It just doesn't do it for me. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. No sentimental
So
value
I
for
probably
Dave. You don't give a
surprised
shit.
you.
He's
Probably
here
surprised a lot of
for
people.
3
It's just,
points and 3 points only. I like it.
Yeah, Milan's got to do what they got to do, and I just not for me.
All right.
Sorry.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No. Listen, we're here for your real opinion. I like it.
I'm not listen. I'm not going to BS you guys. You know that.
All right. I
Maybe
dig
a little
it.
bit, but not that much.
Okay. Just a little. I like it. All right. So let's just read this before we go to you, Gio. If Monza beats us, this is Vin Mancini, he'd actually be more pissed than losing to Inter or Juve. I don't know why. I guess just because, again, it's that idea that they're not that great bottom half of the table team. Let's not forget also. Okay. Yeah, they rushed us into they ushered us into a banter era. Yeah, I hear you. I hear that. All right, Gio. So what's your take here on this game with Monza?
I think David, he's just mad that Berlusconi sold us to a fake owner, and he could have sold us to the PSG owners in 2009, but he didn't want to take the legit money. He took the fraudulent money.
Because that's legit money too, huh?
Hey, man. Hey, at least the check won't bounce. At least the check won't. But I'm gonna be glad to see them. What it is, Fabio. But we need the points. Don't matter about no sentiment. Let's just go out there. I'm not gonna say like I said on Sunday, 4-0, but just give me a good
Stop
game.
playing yourself. You damn well know when you get on the Patreon chat, that is going to be the first score line you're going to say. It's like fucking clockwork with Gio, man. The clock might be broken twice a day. It's going to tell you 4-0. That's just how it is.
You know Monza's going to score first, right?
Oh, God, don't
they're going to score first.
I hope not. That again, I don't want that type of game. Look, Jason here saying I don't see us losing to Monza. I don't see it either, but I might be blind like Ray Charles. Who knows? But and then Leban he says I see us smashing Monza. I like the confidence in my fellow Milanista out there. They think that Monza should get stepped on by our Milan with our injuries ravaging our whole team. But all right, so let's just do this. We're not going to say like goal scorers, predictions, stuff like that. But it's pretty simple. There's possibility that CDK could be back for this game. I see Kier training, so it's a possibility he could be back, at least on the bench. So let's start with you, Gio. Who do you expect to have a good game? Maybe your dark horse, kind of who are you expecting to show up in this game?
To me, number 19, he got to show up because he dropped a stinker last game versus Hellas Verona. He probably thought like, dang, Gio ain't been talking about me bad in a while, but hey, man, you know what I expect from Dale. I hope he elevates his game and anybody that's playing the cam position, because we need more creativity and whatever happens, man. Because CDK got to step up. We can't go like one game good, like Brahim. He played good one game, then he don't show up the next game. Then we can't keep on going back and forth, Fabio. Anybody playing in the number. Anybody playing in the cam position or right now our right wing is non-existent like it's been the whole time, but anybody who's throwing on the right wing, maybe they do a Rebic right wing, CDK down, Brahim down the middle, Leao, and then your best friend Original, maybe he scores one from
he's
like
not original
yards.
He's the store brand. I wish he was original. He's not. He's trash. He's the CVS brand. You know what I'm saying? Trash. Pure trash. That's who I would say. Origi, can you show up and do something? Like maybe play well one time? Oh, fucking guy, man. All right, David. So who's your dark horse here, Dave?
I think Gio, I just want you to know that Krunic, I hear, does listen to this podcast. And so I think he's going to show up because he's heard all your criticism.
Krunic, if you're listening, we love you, buddy. Keep working on it.
No, I think we need to produce, so whoever they put up front, just needs to be clinical about it. Is Rebic that guy? I don't know, but he's shown us that he can come in and do it when he so chooses to do it. I think he's been a little bit frustrated, but I can see Rebic if he starts stepping up in this match and showing us, the Rebic that we all love. So,
Yeah,
and this is the right team to do it against. This is the right team to make a statement with. So hopefully somebody takes advantage of that.
It sounds like you're calling for a 4-0 victory.
minimum 4-0.
Listen,
if it's 4-0, I'll be disappointed.
Listen, I would be happy if we could have, the type of victory that you're looking for, that you're asking for. Steve is saying exactly kind of what I'm saying. We need general good overall performances so that we can manage minutes for our players that are playing nonstop like Giroud. So as much as I don't have faith in Origi, I have faith in Rebic right now. I do. Sometimes I feel like Rebic has some time where he'll get injured, and then he must have some moments where he feels like, you know what, I'm not really respected. People don't think I'm that great. He comes back and he plays much better to kind of show his worth. So if that's the mentality, he's got to be, man. He's got to watch like those Michael Jordan videos and somebody just keep disrespecting him so he gets on there. He has no faith in Origi. Join the club, buddy, all right? I ain't got no faith. Listen, anytime a team is willing to let you walk out that door so you can go sit on a bench, Kessie, that should tell you a lot. All right. And you know what, Kessie, just a little off topic, you dumb son of a bitch. You leave us to go sit at the bench for Barcelona for an extra couple of $1 million. Have some respect. You could have been playing well. You know what? That's enough. I'm just saying. Origi, I don't have no faith in him, but I would love if he showed up. I don't think CDK is going to start this game if he even gets in the game, or it's going to be another DS special. I'm sorry to tell everybody. All right. And I know we get so high, Brahim the dream, right? But it's not a dream, all right? It's just an illusion, all right? It's a mirage, all right?
So
you should be asleep if you think Diaz is going to put in a good performance, because he gives you 1 or 2 the whole year. And I'm happy to have heard that Real Madrid said there's no more loan, no nothing. He's coming back. Good. Because we're sending him back, and we might package him in a DHL box so Macias can deliver him. All right? Because I don't like this 2 games out of 38. You show up. Come on, Diaz. You got to be at a team against Monza. Come on, man.
Hey, I don't want to overstep my bounds as a guest here, but am I allowed to ask you guys a question?
Absolutely.
Does Adli deserve another chance on the pitch?
Yeah, I think so. I think he does. I think we still haven't seen enough. We're not getting any Champions League action from him because we didn't put him on the roster. So against these lower teams, if he's not going to play against them, I don't understand how you could justify why you took him. And yes, Steve is right, Dave. You can do whatever you want, brother.
Thank you.
See, we give you a lot of love here, Dave. We understand. We respect. The brotherly love king is in the building.
Offshoot.
That's right. And Mark has a good point. Listen. There are no rules on Coast to Coast. It's no holds barred here, all right? As Vinny would say, it's like a steel cage match, baby. But listen, I think Adli, if he had Steve is saying something else here. Adli was set up to fail against Verona. I mean, you know what really just bothers me is that we always get these games, and Gio knows this, is that Milan gets the best out of their opponents. So when these teams that are sitting in 17th, 18th, 19th, they're playing their heart out, where they might bend over and take it to an Inter or Juve. But for us, they wanna fight tooth and nail. So it just really upsets me. I don't think Adli did enough to be like, no, we shouldn't keep going. I mean, have you seen how many games Diaz has played? And we keep running him out there, give him a chance. If you're not going to play him against Monza and all these other guys, I mean, yeah, we really did set up to fail. We should sell him and make money. That's all I'm saying. I mean, these guys got to start thinking, let's get money. Now, let's not sell our best player to get money. Let's sell the rest of the bums that we shouldn't even have on the team. That's all I'm saying. But does that answer your question?
Wait, so We're good. We're good. Gio, what about you?
I think he deserves a chance, and I think that guy named Varanx, aka what Stevie P calls him Vortex, he deserves a
Vortex,
chance.
baby.
To me, I think we rest Tonali, we rest Krunic in the double pivot, and I think it's time for Pobega and Vortex to start their partnership as a second team that's going to play in Copa Italia.
Then it's gonna be ugly.
No.
Agree with you, 'cause-
Varanx, I have trust in Varanx. I think he's a tank. He has tiki taka
Ranks the
quality.
tanks.
Yeah, Ranks the tank. I mean, I think we have to start playing. That's why I think we're getting too many injuries because we're not rotating. You know, Tonali goes out 1 week, and then they say that he's out for a month, but miraculously, Tonali's back the next week. So we just need to start playing these young guys to see what they're made of. Because and then when are we ever gonna know? Especially versus a monster. If they don't show up, we got as soon as the halftime. Okay, change the whole.
You know,
team,
Pioli does
45.
not do 45-minute subs. There has to be like a major breakdown. Otherwise, he's giving that guy the first 15, 20 minutes of the second half. Then he'll make his subs. That's what he does. All right. But Steve has a good point. I just want to read it out. I said Tonali, Krunic, and Adley in the middle. It's just not set up for Adley's strengths to show. And he probably has a point. I think Krunic there with Tonali. I think if Benacer is there, he has a better. Benacer is the workhorse of that midfield, man. The way he cleans up and distributes the ball. Without him, it really is a different Milan. So hopefully it's a great game. We have Tonali and Benacer starting in the middle, and we'll see where we go from there. You know, Leao is going to be obviously the most important player. You know, Giroud's got to finish his chance. If he's going to start, I know he's tired. He looks tired, but he's got to finish his chances, man. He's got to finish his chances. We can't drop points to a team like this. We want to make sure Galliani and Berlusconi leave. You know, they'll smile when they get to the Bunga Bunga Club or whatever it's called. But this one, we got to take care of our business. So any other last thoughts on the Monza game on Saturday? Saturday, right? Yes. No.
Must win.
Must win. All right. Everyone's a must win right now.
You know
Until
what?
Napoli starts falling, you know.
They're gonna give me high blood pressure, but I just want the 3 points, to be honest.
Join the club.
The first half, I'm gonna be watching at home, and then I have to drive out to Bakersfield for my nephew's party. So wish me luck, Fabio. I might have to do a 360.
So can I give a little shout out to my niece Violet? It's her birthday too. So we're gonna be there on Saturday, and Ange and Uncle Dave are gonna be in our costumes. So
very nice.
You'll
very
see what
cool.
those are.
Happy birthday to your niece. Very nice. Listen, if she ends up putting on this show, apologize in advance for all the swearing. All right. I need to. Me and Gio actually need to put like due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised before every podcast. Because if people don't know it's coming, listen, I'm sorry. You know, if you have virgin ears, we're gonna pop your cherry. I'm sorry to tell you. But all right, so that's pretty much shapes up the game against Monza. All right, so you know, definitely a must win. I agree. So before we move on to some other topics that we got going on, let's just talk about our brioche, our indigestion of the week. So Gio, I know you and me have an indigestion. So
no, I have a different one, Fabio.
You have a different one?
Yeah.
All right, you start off.
Say yours.
You start off.
Oh, okay, so I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but to the dinosaur at Lazio named Tade, dissing all these American owners. Where are you to market the Serie A, the wonderful league that we're playing in? All you guys like to do is talk a lot of caca that American owners are taking over. But where are you fighting everybody? City council. If Milan wants a stadium, why don't you drive down from Rome to Milan and start protesting so we could get our damn stadium? And then we're going to do the same for you. All you know how to do is talk that caca, and you defend your fans when they got racist stuff. But at the end of the day, you suck. You're a dinosaur, and you're one of the reasons the league's in shambles. And we only get 50 million a year from Paramount Plus. You know, and then we got NBC Sports giving out the Premier League like 250 mil a year. We're like, what's up with that? Try to get your stuff together. Stop being a dinosaur and you give me bad indigestion dissing all the American owners. At least Redbird, as I see, they're trying to do something.
Yeah, they're trying to get
And
us a
Stevie
lead.
P approves. He knows I ain't talking that caca. Tade was talking that caca.
Well, all right. So, Dave, think of an indigestion if you don't have one, all right? But I have an indigestion, and not too much made me felt like great, you know. So it's a little struggle for the Brioski, but the indigestion are the jerk offs who decided, out of all houses, they had to go burglar. They decided to go do it to our goddamn left back. Porteo Hernandez gets his house broken into. I believe he was there. So that's not a good look. I don't ever like hearing anybody getting their house broken into, least of all our player while he was there. So definitely a bad look on Italy. Bad look on the league. So that's my indigestion. I would have preferred that didn't happen to this guy. But do you have any indigestion?
Fabio,
yes.
before David goes, that's not nothing to do with the league, Fabio.
Listen, I blame them. I blame them. Have some security for these players.
No. People, home invasions every 2 hours here in LA. I don't know. LA is really bad right now. You do not.
Man, you talk all that smack about New York and they're breaking in every 20 minutes. But all right, so Dave, what's your indigestion? Anything happened that made you upset this week?
For me, it's as simple as this. Like, the match against Verona did not need to be as difficult as it was. No. So my indigestion was that, like, they weren't helping themselves. It was an ugly match, but they at least came through in the end. So it's as simple as that. No need to dwell on it anymore.
Do we have it?
Ma passata.
We'll give him a pass.
We're good
this
now.
week.
Yeah,
we're good. Any I guess Brioski of the week? Anything you guys heard? Any story that made you feel good that you like?
Gio's got to go first. I mean,
Gio, do you have anything that made you feel good? I don't know what Mark's saying in the chat, but listen, Gio, what did you see? Anything that was good there?
Anything that made me feel good this week? I mean, oh man, not really, Fabio. Not that nah, Fabio. Nah, I can't really say anything.
All right, David, did you have anything that you heard this week?
No, well, my Brioski of the week is this: being on this show here with you guys. So I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate the invitation, and I think you guys are both wonderful. And Fabio, that day that we spent in New York with our brothers and sisters from New York, Boston, Toronto, and Montreal was definitely there in spirit. That's for sure. But it was absolutely fantastic. So just the Milan community and being here on the show is my Brioski. So
you know what? I like that. I'm gonna double that one because it was a great weekend, and much love to you and Angie for hanging out all day and letting me and my wife sit with you guys and be with the Philly club, and then getting to spend it with Mark and his wife, and getting to see Franco and all the rest of the guys, and so many people from Twitter. Again, Twitter's usually a cesspool of nonsense and hate, but there's a section of humanity out there that is still great. So don't lose faith in it because, again, we're all brothers and sisters through Milan love and fandom. And it's just great to be able to share it because, the world's changed so much in just a few years. It's great to kind of get back to normal being all together. And hopefully in the near future, if it rolls around next year, we'll have Gio there and the boys from Montreal and Toronto and everybody. Gio, what do you got to say, brother?
I just remember the Brioski. Shout out to Del Piero. He mentioned Martin for Milan Club SoCal, and he said that he was happy to have us for the Juve game, and he said that if we ever want to go back, we'll open arms. So I think that was real cool. A legend that in the game. Even though he's a Juventini, a legend like that in the game.
Take that Juve shit down.
No, we can't do that. You gotta relax. But he said what he said is like he wants to see Calcio grow. He's tired of. Well, I don't think he said he was tired of Premier League, but he works for ESPN now, so he's probably tired of Premier League. But that was pretty cool of him. He said that he's willing to open his doors for us, which was awesome.
That's awesome. Lots of respect for him, man. He's one of those players like like Maldini that just transcends the game. Like, doesn't matter who you support. You got to have respect. So
Absolutely.
good
Him,
stuff.
Totti, yeah, definitely.
And Fabio,
just-
your comments were beautiful, man. That was so perfectly said. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. I thought you were talking about that take that Juve shit.
Oh no, that's funny too.
Now we're gonna get banned. Fabio,
the stuff before
now
that.
he's gonna say like, nah, Fabio, he got y'all banned from Hey man, everything is good.
Yo,
Breakfast,
if he
everything,
bans
food
you
is
because
good.
of me, that might be one of the biggest honors of my life. Del Piero got mad at something I said. Woo! I'm gonna tell every Juventino I know. All right, so that's what, that kind of is a perfect segue, right? Where you watching? Usually we do a little shout out. This week we don't have a shout out. We don't got a shirt to talk about. We're just gonna talk about our respective clubs. So we're gonna ask, where you watching out there? Because if you ain't watching it with your club, I'm sure Gio said he's gonna be in Bakersfield, wherever the hell he's gonna be, up and down California driving. Gio, you said Bakersfield, right? You're gonna be at a party?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Bakersfield. I think Milan Soul Club, like I've been saying, that we've been having a hard time. Out here in LA, California Premier League is what dominates. So we're just trying to look for a bar. Either they tell us they can accommodate us, and then we have to either be outside or whatever. So I don't know. I think the guys are gonna be at Fox.
Yeah, it's so cold outside.
No,
it's so cold outside.
No, David, we don't care.
Do they have the
about
heaters for you guys, or what? When it gets
No.
to like 70 degrees, or
No. But I don't know where they're gonna be. But man, shout out to them. But for the Torino game, I will be back, and because
All right, good.
Listen,
Listen,
we need a bar.
Guys,
we need a bar. Anybody in LA,
if you
we
go
need a
see
bar.
Del Piero, tell him Stevie P has a message for him. Tell him you cost us €1 the next time. All right, tell him that's from Stevie P from Montreal. He hasn't forgotten. All right, Dave, where are you going to be watching this weekend?
I'm going to be watching it from Violet's birthday party. Her
That's right, the
zombie
birthday
Halloween birthday party. So yeah,
is anybody going to be
in
at the
northeastern
bar?
Pennsylvania?
Is anybody going to be at the bar this week?
They'll have the match on for us. We don't have an official meetup, but Grand Cafe Lockville is always wonderful about that. So if anybody's in Philly and in Center City, and we'll be around for the match, just tell them that you're with Milan Club Philly. Gigio sent you, and we're good to go. Hope
Very nice.
Gigio doesn't mind me name dropping here. So
That's awesome. All right. So if you are in Philly and you still want to go, yes, David and Angie won't be there, but still a great location to go check out. Let me rep my club, even though I won't be there. I got to always rep a New York City club here. It's going to be back at the Football Factory. Milan Monza, yeah, Stevie too. We'll get to you, Stevie, in a second. Milan Monza, it's going to be the 12 o'clock game. Go check them out at the Football Factory in Legends. It's a great venue. Me and Dave got to hang out at the bar. It was a good time. Mark, wait your turn, brother. We got you locked. If you
go back, Fabio, go back to that photo previously.
Which one?
To NYC, Malik, and it's on 33rd West 33rd Street and Malik Chow. Wait, okay. So if you get lost, that's because of the banner, okay? Not because of anything else. Whoever.
If you go to Chow Way, it's blocked off, baby. All right, don't you worry. All right, so if you're in Boston, of course, go meet up with the Boston Club. We got Ducali's at 12 o'clock. Go see Mark and the rest of the crew. Mark, Marky, Mark, and everybody's there. If you see somebody and say hello to them, half of them are going to be named Mark, so you'll be all right. It's a great club there, great place. They got good food. Mark always speaks very highly of it, so check it out if you're in the Boston area. And like I said, if you're in the New York area, go find that Malik Chow Way, baby, on 33rd, right in front of the Empire State Building. It's a great location. So that's, unfortunately, we're all going to be in different locations. I'll be home probably by myself here while my wife is shopping. No surprise there. But
you'll be home cleaning.
You bet. All right, guys. So we got a little different segment we're going to go on here. All right. So there's like a draft that's going on tonight. All right. And the draft is your best Milan players. They could be anybody. All right. You want to pull out somebody from the 1930s that you read about in a book? You can. All right. But tonight we're going to do a special little segment. We drafted the top 5 Milan players for your squad, and then we're going to put it on a poll on the Instagram page to see who has the best team out of the 5. All right. So it's going to be, we're going to do this. Gio, I'm sorry, but you're going to be picking third. We're going to put David at second. It's my segment. So I'm going first. All right. And you cannot pick the same player. So once a player is picked, they are off the board. All right. All right. So if you guys are ready, you get what I'm doing here. It's going to be 5 players. It could be any 5 players. Doesn't matter the position. You don't need a goalkeeper, this, that. You do whatever the hell you want. But it's the top 5 players. All right.
Can I pick Maldini 5 times?
No, you cannot. And do not spoil play. Are you talking about Daniel Maldini?
Yes.
All right. So once a player's picked, they're off the board. You just pick the next player that you want. And we're going to kind of recap at the end. So I'm going to go first. And David, you're already spoiling the beans here. I'm going Paolo Maldini, number 1. That's my first pick. All right. So let me write it on my little thing here so I make sure I remember I said it. And then David, you go, and then Gio will be going twice because it's like a snake draft. And then we'll go back to back for Gio. So Dave, who's your number 1?
Kaká.
Kaká. All right. Dave's going with Kaká, the last Golden Ball winner on Milan. All right, Gio. So you got 2 picks because you get to go back to back. So Gio, who's your number 1 pick? And if you don't say this guy, I will erase you off Twitter.
Nah, man. You know who it is, Fabio. I seen him in '94 World Cup. I was 10 years old, and I just knew that had to be the best defender I've ever seen in my life. It's going Franco Baresi. And then I could give you the midfield, another player.
All right, yeah, go ahead. It can be anybody you want.
A guy that, he doesn't get a lot of love from a lot of Milan fans, but, I respect. He came from the youths, and, we're going with Billy Costa Curta.
Costa Curta. All right.
Because he deserves his damn respect.
I like it. Costa Curta. That's a curveball. I did not expect that. All right, David. Who is your second pick?
I'm going to say Seedorf.
Son of a gun. I thought that was going to be a sleeper in the third pick, but I guess not. All right, Seedorf, class player. He's a class player, won the Champions League with us, with Real Madrid, with Ajax. Definitely one of my favorite Milan players of all time. All right, so I'm going back to back now. I got to go with number 1. It's got to be Sheva, man. Shevchenko. Got to pick him. One of our Golden Ball winners from the early 2000s. Won the Champions League with us 2003. One of my favorite Milan players. It was a sad day when we had to let him go. All right, so my third pick, right? Man, now it's getting hard because there's a lot of great Milan players to pick from. But I think I got to go. Ugh. Man, so many choices. I got to go. I'm going all strikers here. I'm going Van Basten, baby. Van Basten. How many times did he win? 3 times? Champions League, right? I'm going Van Basten. All right, Dave. Number 3. Who you got, buddy?
I mean, look, from the ones that I love, it's Gattuso. He's up there.
Gattuso. That's another good one.
Hey, trust me, I'm not going for talent. Don't worry, I got 2 more picks, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right.
All right, Gio, you go back to back here.
Oh man, I think
you better not take my pick, Gio. You better not take my pick.
I think if he was playing in this era, most of his goals would be caught offside due to VAR. As super people, he didn't have that dirty Juventino blood. That's why he was the only Juventino in my eyes that performed at a great time, man. Super people, never was offsides. Always knew where to hit the ball. Super people.
Super people. That's a good one. I love Pippo Inzaghi. The last man to score 2 goals and win the Champions League with us in 2007. All right, who else you got, brother?
Fabio, this one, man, I don't really like this guy.
What the hell?
Him, I'll throw him over the cliff. Hey, but we got to respect him. We got to respect him, man.
Who is it?
You know who it is? Pirlo, man. With that,
All right,
that
come
hair.
on, man. You gotta return. I mean, you're gonna
Yeah.
throw him
Yeah,
off
yeah.
a bridge or something. What the hell?
This is like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
That's a damn good answer. All right, so Dave, number 4 for you. Who you got?
Nesta.
And yes,
Gio took my Inzaghi,
Nesta.
so I'll throw Nesta up there.
I like it. Nesta. Very nice. That's a good pick. You know what? I love using the iPad because it definitely doesn't understand Italian names. It keeps changing what I'm writing.
Fabio,
Yes, my
I
man.
just want to say something. I'm glad that Facebook Frank is not watching because he would be cussing me out right now.
Why? You think there's other players you should have picked already?
Nah, he don't like her. He say he trade her, he this, he that. So he's off the record books, he said. So he will be chewing me out right now. Hopefully he doesn't turn on his phone.
No, hopefully he does turn it on and then, he can deal with what you're saying. All right, so my 4th pick. Man. I feel like I got to go with this guy. I got to go with Zlatan. He's one of the players I think is extremely responsible for at least our resurgence and just at least showing players the Milan way, how to be a professional. So I got to take Zlatan. He's one of the best Milan players, at least in the last 15 years. And all right, man. There's a lot of good guys, man. There's a lot of good guys.
It'd be a lot more difficult if we followed another team, right?
It would be difficult, yes. You know what? This one is more of I just love the fact that this guy came to Milan. Yes, it was after, maybe you could say he was a little past his prime, but he's still one of my favorite players, man. I have to go Ronaldinho. I got to put him on there. All right, David, your last and final pick here. Who you got?
So with you picking Zlatan, you made my last pick a lot easier, and I could just say it right now, Fabio Borini, baby.
Borini! Oh my God, you're good. Listen, my thing just auto-corrected to boring. Lord Borini himself, finally a member of the Banta era.
Nobody else was going to pick him, so.
All right,
nice guy.
Gio.
Nice guy.
All right. Who you got, Gio? Who's your final pick of this? This is crazy. There's 2 players.
This is the guy. This is the guy that has improved. Somebody that's injured right now, man. We're going with Dida, man. He never got the respect that he ever got. They said that he was suspect, and he came up on top of Buffon in 2003 at Old Trafford. So remember that, Dida.
Oh man. All right, so let's read it back, man. I mean, this is a little embarrassing because
hold on. Vince just gave me heartburn. I thought he was going to be quality because we paid him like 1.5 from him from Parma, but this is heartburn setting.
I mean, this is unbelievable. I can't believe that you guys picked Borini and Dida as your last picks, and nobody picked Frank Rijkaard, right? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The other of our Dutch trios was not picked.
Ruud?
Yeah.
Ruud.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Unbelievable. All right, so let's just read it back real quick. My 5 picks was Maldini, Sheva, Van Basten, Zlatan, and Ronaldinho. Dave had Kaká, Seedorf, Gattuso, Nesta, and Lord Borini, while Gio had Baresi, Costa Curta, Inzaghi, Pirlo, and Dida. George Way. How do we forget these guys, man? A goddamn golden ball winner. Oh, God, man.
Well, you're not scoring on my team, Fabio. You're not scoring on my team. I got like 3
Listen, maybe we should have done you have to pick a position at a spot, maybe that would have been better.
Listen, you said anybody. You said anybody, I'm surprised nobody picked Mexes. Come on.
Hey, you be quiet, Alexa. Nobody asked you. But Marcus, listen, I was going to do a different thing, but Gunnar Nordahl, our most goals in our history Nobody picked him either. He's cleared of everybody. I think he has like 260 goals, and the next person's like 170. So nobody will ever catch him. Brandon's throwing out Mark Van Bommel. Man, yeah, I don't know if any. Why didn't anybody pick Krunic? Jeremy Menez. Menez has one of the coolest fucking goals ever, and we'll give him that. Back heel.
Like all my picks, like except for Baresi, because I had the black box, but I couldn't really get them. I just seen them for like big finals and stuff. But when I seen them, oh shit! But I seen them. I know. And then like one day, like they said, what's the best defensive performance you ever seen? I said 94 World Cup. Baresi, and then
the 4-0 over Barcelona.
No. World Cup.
Oh,
he was intercepting everybody. He was scoring Bebeto, Romario, all them guys. Like, but we couldn't score. But anyways, and then David Armayal, he tweeted me back. He said, "Oh, that game was crazy." So I knew I was 10 years old. I knew who I was picking. But all these other guys,
you were
like,
9. Don't lie to you. Don't lie to us.
I was born April 24, 1985, man. Check the facts.
No, March 1985. All right. Don't lie to me, man.
So, but all these guys is legends, but most of them besides Baresi, like I seen them all. I seen every, I seen that Trader Pirlo. You feel me? I see people, I seen most of all their games, Fabio. So that's what it is. And David, he seen Lord Barini. He followed him from Manchester, Liverpool.
He was a nice guy. What do you want me to say, man? I met the guy. He was awesome. And that's why I have his jersey. And you know what? I don't apologize for it.
Yeah, don't.
He's a good guy
in
my book.
That might be the pick that ends up getting you the victory on this. So we're gonna nobody picked Donnarumma.
Victory how?
Well, we're gonna put this on the poll. All right, we're gonna put it on the Insta machine. All right, people are gonna pick which team they like best. So it might be people see, my Zlatan, my Van Basten. Maybe they're a little older Milan fans. They're upset that nobody else picked any of the Dutch trio. So they're gonna go with Mike. Maybe they're Lord Barini fans, and they see the Barini and said, "That's it. That's all I need to see. I don't need to see anybody else."
So if Khalid from Milan Club Philly is listening, he's definitely gonna vote for Barini.
You never know. You never know. If you would have put the Balotore, he definitely would have voted for him. Because he's a part of a wonderful group called the Balotores. If you guys haven't checked it out, it wasn't anything. But all right, so we're at towards the end. So check the Instagram, Milan Weekly Pod. If you don't already follow us on Instagram, there's a ton of links in the description of this video. So go on there, follow me and Gio, follow Dave. Make sure you're following Milan Club Philly. So any of the updates, if you're ever in Philadelphia, and definitely follow everything that we're putting on the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. But yeah, that's going to be on there. Zambrotta, another great one. David Beckham, again, that's how it is, Stevie, thank you for tuning in, Steve. We appreciate you, brother. All right, so here's the final, people. All right, this is our parting shots. Gio, you always
can I go get a drink?
Go get your drink. All right, Dave, let's just kind of do a brief again. Tell everybody where you guys are at. Any parting shot, anything you want to say. This is the time to do it. I'm gonna put a little musica in the background, so excuse me. Well, go right ahead, David. The floor is yours. Hey, be quiet, Alexa.
She's gonna order you like 5 cases of toilet paper. You watch, it's gonna show up while you're at work. So, anyway, now at Milan Club Philly, Twitter and Instagram. We're also on Facebook. Come join us here in Philadelphia anytime. Just reach out to any of our socials, and you'll either get myself or our vice president Mauricio. Shout out to him as well. Great guy. And we meet up at Grand Cafe L'Aquila about once a month or so. So make sure that we are actually meeting. We might just meet for you if you're going to be in town and we don't have one planned. We might just plan one. So you never know. Reach out. This has been an absolute pleasure, guys. A lot of fun tonight. You kept me up way past my bedtime, but that's perfectly all right. It was for a good cause, and I'm glad to preach the gospel of Lord Barini.
Well, we appreciate you being here with us, David. Thank you.
Anytime,
Thank you.
my friends.
Gio, what's
Great
your
to see
parting shot, brother? What you got?
Dang, man, I butchered that bar that you guys meet up. I said Grand L'Aquila or something like that. And Fabio couldn't correct me.
Are you kidding? You want me to correct you on pronunciation? You must be out of your mind.
Man, I just want to say, man, shout out to everybody, man. All the Milan clubs. We're going worldwide, baby. Shout out to Orlando. I think they're doing something this weekend. I've seen on Twitter, so shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out. If you're in Florida, get in touch with Orlando if you're in the area. After you're done with Mickey Mouse, go hang out, go have a couple of brews, and watch the Milan with the boys there.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse might join the game. You know, like I said, I'm a witness. That Mickey Mouse told me he was a Milanista. I was repping hard out there. So he said it. I don't know if what shift he was on, but it is what it is. Man, my parting shot, man, just if you can meet up. If not, man, just support the team. Like I said, we don't have a right winger and sometimes we don't have a cam, but by the grace of anything, whatever you believe in, we're not on top right now, but we're gonna be on top at the end of the season, hopefully. And it's because of us, the fans, we're supporting. You know, we say that Pioli stuck to the bed sheets. They don't, but it's just criticism, man. That's it. Constructive criticism, man. And just shout out to everybody and just push the team forward, send the messages and everything. But we need to get this, the Bunga Bunga 2.0 party. We need a win. We need a win in San Siro, and we need a win afterwards, all right? So cheers.
Salute.
Salute,
Cheers.
everybody. All right, let me get right into it, all right? My parting shot. Woo! God damn that shit. Oh, my God. All right. All right, listen, people. If you ain't with it, you better get on the train, all right? There ain't going to be no slip-ups. I told you, we are the team that doesn't give up, no matter how many injuries we have, no matter how many setbacks happen to us. We keep on rolling. So don't worry. It's not a sprint. It never is. It's a marathon, baby. And the marathon continues, all right? So make sure you don't ever stop wearing your red and black. You're there every game supporting, whether you're at home or at a club. Go see it with other people. We just got to ride it high because in twos and we start to fall, which I don't see it happening, and definitely not this last run. It's a two-part season, and part one, we're going to be right in position where we need to be. So don't have no worries. Don't have no fear. Just keep your heads above water. That's all we got to do. And then when he comes back from the World Cup, that's when the real stretch begins. So for me, I'm just telling you guys, I'm here giving you that positivity, all right? I'm positive that we're still going to get heartburn. I'm positive that the blood pressure will rise, all right? But the thing is that you got to rise with it, all right, brothers and sisters? We got to rise as Milan fans. You keep it up, and you see an Interista, you see a Juventino, you see a Romanista, you tell them, vaffanculo cunuto che sei, all right? None of them are going to bring us down. It's our year. We're going back to back, and I'm going to keep telling you until you believe it and regurgitate it as well, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're still with us and you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We got more merch coming. We got more stuff coming. Tomorrow night, Steve's going to have a guest on the local soccer show. So make sure if you want to be a part and support local soccer in Montreal, you tune in and get on there. If you're in the clubs, go see him, post pictures, share it. If you have a design, share it with us, man. If you're going to be in Philly, hit up Dave. Let him know you're coming. You're in Southern California. Go see the boys. If you're in New York, you know where you got to be. Look at that giant fucking tower, the Empire State Building. Just go there and you'll find the club, baby, all right? So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Gio, Dave, thank you so much for joining us this week, man. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Dave.
And, thank you, guys.
And guys, avunque and sempre.
Forza Milan!
Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Take care.